Hello my friends, welcome to Middle Creek Wildlife Management Area. Gator here without the winter beard. Spring is on its way, so we got the new look. And another sure sign that spring is here is the annual spring migration of birds that they use the lake here as a stopover point and they fly back north. Snow geese, tundra swans, Canada geese, and there's thousands of birds out there on the lake. There also happens to be like hundreds of people, which I wasn't quite expecting. I got here before 7 o'clock and there were already hundreds of cars here. So we're going to explore some of the trails. I took some footage of the lake earlier. I don't know how well it came out, but we're going to go on a hike anyway. So let's hit that trail, guys. Gator out. One thing I'd like to mention right off the bat is I'd like to say thank you to all of the people who have subscribed and helped support my channel, and we hit a bit of a milestone. As of this video, we now have over 100 subscribers, and it's a psychological moral victory, and very happy about that and pleased that the channel is growing slowly but steadily. And I really appreciate all of you, and I'm looking forward to some really exciting adventures coming up this year. Got a lot of plans for a lot of cool places, and things are just going to get better and better. So thank you. Now we're starting out on this Spice Bush Trail, and it should connect to the Valley View Trail, where I believe we're going to climb the hillside and hopefully get a nice view of the lake and the surrounding hills. So I knew there was going to be a good amount of people down there by the lake, but I had no idea there was going to be as many as there were. I expected a few dozen, maybe, but there were hundreds. There were people here clearly before the sun had even risen. They probably come every year. I guess it's an annual event. This probably is the prime weekend for viewing. The migration of the birds, it usually takes place in late February, early March, depending on the weather. This year, a little later because of the colder weather we're having here, and the lake was frozen over for a while. But they get anywhere from 50,000 to as many as 200,000 birds have been recorded on that lake on a given day. So it is quite the spectacle to see them and hear them out there. It's a good thing all these boardwalks are here along the trail, because this trail is very wet. All right, well, we're heading uphill now, heading up the Valley View Trail. Hopefully it'll take us to a nice overlook. We'll see. Well, it looks like somebody was quite active in working on building some type of primitive shelter, and they spent a good amount of time on it. Interesting. Wonder if somebody was sleeping out here. We're walking along the ridge line now at the top of the Valley View Trail, and there's supposed to be an overlook or a vista, and you can see out in the distance over the lake in the valley. That's like through the trees. I'm not feeling real confident we're going to get a really good view here, but I'll keep my eyes open. I'll let you know when we get there, if we do. Now I can actually see out from here over the lake. I can hear the snow geese, and I can see them at times. I know the camera's not going to pick it up. So here's the viewpoint now on the Valley View Trail, and you can see part of the lake down there and the road that circles around the lake, some of Lebanon County's beautiful farmland in the distance, and then behind that is the Blue Mountain or Kittatinny Ridge with the Appalachian Trail that would be going up above it along there. So, nice little view. That was the Overlook, and that was a nice little place to take a break. They got a couple benches there, and you can look out over the scenery and enjoy yourself. But we're going to continue on the trail now, and at some point we're going to start looping back down this hillside. Pretty cool, huh? I think that I should point out that the reason that the birds use this lake as a stopover resting spot on their trip to the Arctic is that it's protected by the Game Commission. And what I mean by protected is there's very limited access to the lake's edge, so people can't get near the birds and can't really disturb them. And also because of that, everyone who comes to see the spectacle of the snow geese are kind of constricted into a few areas. So if you're a person like me and you want to see the animals but you don't really want to see the people, and some people would say the people are the animals, it's an interesting dynamic, because what draws the birds here also draws the people, but you just can't really get that place to yourself kind of feel that, you know, I generally prefer. All right, you can see now we're getting down close to the lake, and hopefully we'll be able to get an unobstructed view out over the water. Well, we just crossed the main road, and now we're on this side road that's part of the auto tour, which is a loop that goes around the whole lake. But I'm gonna see if I can get down close by the lake again and see some more birds. You can see behind me the parking area. That was a Red Rock picnic area. Anywhere that cars can park, it's just a madhouse. It's just it's crazy out here right now. birds flying around. It's not like anything I've ever seen before. It is amazing. It is a spectacle. It is one of Pennsylvania's premier wildlife viewing opportunities. Right up there probably with the elk herd, and that's really the only other one I can compare it to. It's our first skunk cabbage. Another sign spring is on the way.
I took a tip from you and I said spirit.
See up in the sky? There, look at all of them flying.
I saw shovel ducks and pintails and ringnecks
There's more than a
too.
few.
So
Now, be quiet and
right
listen.
now,
Do you think it's a geese?
As I was standing there by the lake and looking out at that amazing spectacle, probably 100,000 birds, different species, and it made me think of what the first European settlers would say about North America, that there seemed to be an inexhaustible supply of resources, animals, trees, and then I made me wonder, would sites like this have been common in that time period? Just amazing, but truly something fascinating. Glad I made it out here today, and this is one of Pennsylvania's premier spectacles, and it's popular with people. It's a well-known thing, but if you ever get a chance to check it out in person, I highly recommend it. Going to head back to the car now, and that's going to be about it. But thanks for coming along on another adventure, guys. I really appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Did the best I could. Not my ideal setting with all these people around, but it was interesting. See you on the next one, guys. Gator out.